Hello, Tessie Faye here. I wanted to do something a little bit different in today's post, and I wanted to talk to you about my life mission. Now, this feels really personal, it feels a little bit vulnerable, but I wanted to share it with you because it has made a big difference in my life to have a simple phrase that helps to remind me what my greater purpose is and helps to realign me and help me to remember why I'm here. So, my life mission is to love deeply. Now, let me tell you a little bit about how I came up with this and then what it means to me. So, how I came up with this was a couple of years ago, I was feeling overwhelmed. I was feeling pulled in a lot of different directions. I felt like I had a lot of people needing me, a lot of things on my time, and I was feeling frazzled and overwhelmed. I had a new church responsibility that felt big, and I didn't know if I could show up in the way that I needed to really love the people who needed my help. I was also working full time, which was a new thing for me. I'd been a stay-at-home mom for many years, and then I started working full time. And so my time looked different than it had in the past. And then, of course, I still had my family and being a mom and being a wife and all of the things. And so I was feeling pulled in all of these different directions. And I really felt like I needed a phrase or just some simple words that would help to realign me, recenter me, and just remind me like why I'm here or what's most important to me. And as I spent some time praying about this, writing about it, meditating, spending just some quiet time, I came up with the words love deeply. People are the most important thing to me. It doesn't matter how beautiful my home is. It doesn't matter the content I create, the things that I do in my life. If I don't have anyone to share it with, truly the people are the most important. And in everything that I do, in every way I show up in different aspects of my life, I want to love deeply. I want to love deeply the people around me. So this is what loving deeply means to me. There's 3 parts. It is to listen, encourage, and uplift. So first, listen. In order to listen, you need to give of your time. You have to sacrifice your time. You need to sit and you need to hold space. And sometimes it's not something you're interested in listening to, but it creates a safe space. When you listen, you are holding space for the other person. I try not to think about what I'm going to say next or try and let my mind wander. Believe me, I'm far from perfect at this, but I try to really just listen and hold space and get really curious about the other person and what they're going through and what they're talking about. So that's step number 1, is to listen. The second is to encourage. Encourage just by giving love, just showing your gratitude that they're giving of their time, that they're sharing this time with you. Encourage and give love. And then the third thing is to uplift. And I think the best way to uplift is just to let people know that they're doing okay, that you are here with them and that they are enough exactly the way they are. And just being thankful for that time and those moments that they spent with you. So that's it. It's fairly simple, but every time I think like, what do I need to be doing right now? I need to love deeply. And so That's my life motto. Those are the 3 steps to listen, encourage, and uplift. I'll share one experience with you that happened to me. I've tried to think in the past of a time when I felt like someone was loving me deeply. And I think one of the most powerful things is when someone sees something in you that you didn't really see yourself. So when I was when I was dating my husband years ago, we've been married for 24 years now. We were dating, we were certainly engaged by this point and talking about our future and what we wanted to do. And CJ asked me just about my future. He's like, where do you want to do? Do you want to have a career? What are you gonna do? We were both very young when we started dating. And I was the youngest in my family. I just have one sister. She's 5 years older. I never babysat. I didn't have little kids around. Being a mom was not something that I thought about very much. I thought a lot about my career, about what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an actress. I had so many different dreams, but being a mother wasn't really one of them. But at this time in my life, I started thinking about it and started desiring it and had that desire to be a mom someday. So in that moment, when I was sitting with CJ on the couch and he was asking me about what I wanted to do with my life, I almost was forming the thought in my brain at the same time that it came out of my mouth. And I said something that I had never said out loud to anyone in my life, which was that I really want to be a mom. And it felt a little weird to say it, a little scary, but at the same time, it felt good. And I think people who looked at me never would have thought that I would have wanted to be a mom. But in that moment when I said that, CJ looked at me and said, I think you're going to be a great mom. And of course it melted my heart. I was already in love and smitten, but just the fact that he saw that in me, having him say, I think you're going to be an amazing mom, it gave me the strength and the courage that I needed to think, okay, I can do this. I can be a mom. And honestly, being a mother has been my greatest joy in all my life. It is my life work. It has been hard, but so wonderful. So anyway, that is one moment where I felt loved deeply, but loving deeply doesn't have to be giant. It doesn't have to be a big, important experience like this one. It can be something so small. You can love someone deeply just by smiling at them. You can love them deeply by asking about their day, how they're doing. You can love deeply just by being curious, really just caring, just giving of your time and holding space for anyone who needs to talk or just being a friend. So that's my life mission, to love deeply. I hope that you feel that from me. It is something that I try to do. I am far from perfect at it. I work every day to try and do it better, but that is my life mission. If this resonated with you, if you love it, you are welcome to steal it. You can take it. It can be your life mission too if you want to love deeply. Or I would encourage you to come up with your own life mission. Just some simple words that kind of recenter you, help you remember what's most important to you. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you next week. I have some very exciting things coming up in the new year that I cannot wait to tell you about. Just save the date for January 23rd because it's going to be amazing and more details will be coming soon. Bye for now.